Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a while since you've seen us, but we are alive and well and kicking. And we are here to talk about Drag Race, the finale, and a few looks that we want to discuss prior to the finale that, was pretty hot. Anyway, what's up? Thank you, girl, for tuning in. What's up, lady?
Not too much. I mean, I'm just basking in the afterglow of a season just freshly ended.
Yes. That's my girl, Suckick_ELB. It has been an interesting season. Yeah. I'm shocked, but I am still happy for everyone who came out a winner in the end. It was very, very compelling just to be on the edge of your seat, because to me, the last 4 to 5, actually really the last 4 were really, it could go either way in my opinion, from Q to Nymphia to Plain Jane to Sophia Crystal. It really could have been any of those 4, because throughout the whole season they really showed up and showed out.
But yeah, I definitely felt that it was a fair fight between the final 2. Like, I think that for me, they did rise to the top. When we got to the final 3, I never saw it for Jane, although I think that I think she was a great third. You know what I mean? Like, solid. And I think that her old lady Russian outfit at the final viewing was really funny.
Right.
I'm like, I see you, girl. I see you. I'd like to see you back for All Stars. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, and they're apparently All Stars is coming May 15th, by the way. So we need to get ready. I hear that they're doing a certain kind of show style that we might not like, but I'll watch it anyway, because I hated last.
Spill the tea. Come on, let's keep going. Spill the tea. What you mean?
I don't know. That's all I know. Shout out to Jamar84 on Maddie Rance's channel on the panel. He did a live right after the finale of Drag Race and said that and mentioned it. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I hated season 8 of All Stars. This last one we had after the All Winners. And so I was really, really hoping that they were going to change the structure for the good, but it doesn't sound like it. So I'm a little concerned. And I'm rambling.
I can definitely see the last 5 of this season on All Stars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whether they won or not, I mean, they were on point for the most part,
I could see several queens from this season. There were a lot of exceptional people. I just want to do a little side note shout out to Mirage. Beautiful queen, girl. You are like stunning, beautiful queen. You know what I mean? Like, I just was struck. Yeah, I just was struck by her when I saw her coming down the runway. I was like, that is just a very pretty queen. But I thought there was there's a lot of potential on this cast.
For sure. Yeah. It was pretty good. Well, I just want to start off by saying, but I want to get into some looks that I really thought we could have some great commentary on. Remember the twinsy looks Let's start off with Q and Luna.
Family resemblance.
Family resemblance.
Because they split hairs on that.
I thought they were too cute with these cat. What were they? Cat fur. I mean, just jokers, and it was just real, like Alice in Wonderland meets drag, in my opinion. I thought it was really, really different, but you can tell that they were alike.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is beautifully executed. Some people criticize saying that they didn't really feel like there was a lot of like feminine transformation. There's a little bit of like drag element that way missing. And I kind of get that, but I also feel like the whole point of this challenge is to have a look that's cohesive, that has a family resemblance, and tells a story and like transforms a person. So I don't really know if that's one of those areas we can fairly pick at. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
I think they look great though, honestly. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
can't diss the quality of what came out.
Mm-hmm. And then we had Morphine and Latina Love Dion. I thought they were too cute.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, showing that infamous buttock that Morphine is always slapping and showing off. I thought they did a great job.
I did too. I really didn't feel that it was fair to the way they were like, you should have covered up the dancer's arms or whatever. I was like, I kind of like something about the muscularity, like, but still figuring out, like, finding a real feminine shape for the dancer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I personally thought the critiques for Morphine were a little unfair because I felt like she pulled it off. You know what I mean?
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. Uh-oh. But I think if they would have done something a little more, va-va-voom to their costumes, because with Morphine, I find that she doesn't like zhuzh it up.
There's no volume. She never does volume.
Yeah, she real
never
just
plays
chill.
with shape, size. It's always sleek. It's always very sexy, but it's not very drag.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's not draggy. Yes.
So then we got Nymphia and Juanita Wind. It was really it was really an issue trying to get them all, but here is a better picture of them. I thought their looks were unique enough to know that they are relatable, they are related, they are of the same, type.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the comments had the other not other queen, but the made-up queen who was really a choreographer.
Mm-hmm.
Because this particular time they were, if you didn't know what happened throughout that whole episode, this whole challenge was to make up and dress up a choreographer from Drag Race Live Las Vegas. And they picked some choreographers and dancers for them to choose from. They were matched up with them, and this is who they're with. So I think one of the comments was that perhaps the actual choreographer queen would have been in yellow and Nymphia would have been in different color. But we all know the yellow is the color for Nymphia. So I think it all worked out. What do you think?
I agree. I honestly thought that this was like very safe. Not necessarily the winner, but I thought it was very safe. And a good job, And I also like I'm trying to find the right way to express when I feel like someone gives a note about you're doing too much yellow and the banana thing. Like, I don't know. I do think like Nymphia has done a pretty good job of like making us remember she's the banana queen, which is some good branding, but balancing with some other really, really cool outfits. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but we were at the point during the season where they were really picking the fly shit out of the pepper, you know?
I mean,
So
next we have Safira Cristal. This was the only challenge that she messed up,
yeah.
to where they weren't, the only similarity was big hair and orange dresses. It wasn't as cohesive, and the detail was not really paid attention to. I believe she was gonna put on a different garb, but it didn't work out. So at the last minute, she decided to get a dress from Plain Jane and make something for herself or get something out of her bag. But I really wish she would have went with her first mind. Perhaps that would have been better, since she's been knocking it out the park every time, in my opinion. What do you think?
You know, I feel like she was caught between a really weird, real rock and a hard place because
Mm-hmm.
they had to do that dance routine, right? And during the makeover challenge, there's usually some kind of performance element for the people that they've brought on. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That is like kind of like a panic because you just don't know how well they're going to execute. So if she had taken the first outfit and they just couldn't have moved very well, that would have probably put her in a bottom position as well, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So I kind of feel like I wonder if we were looking at a like six of one, half a dozen of another kind of deal, where unfortunately, because she, you know, when you think of the makeover challenge, you don't necessarily think about movement, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just kind of feel like she probably was gonna have major problems either way. But you're probably right. I think she should have still gone with the first look because it was much grander.
For sure. I mean, she hasn't. This was the only. I wouldn't even say she failed this time, but she
Yeah.
has not failed at all coming down that runway, just like Nymphia.
Yeah, somebody, was it Trixie or Monet? Like she's slightly good at everything. I wouldn't even say slightly. I would say she's like, you know,
Exceptional.
I would say ranging from like professional level drag queen to exceptional, you
For
know?
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could definitely see Safira on All Stars, even
Yeah.
though, I mean,
I hope so.
you know what? I wonder if they could do like the all runner up All Stars.
They certainly could. I would hope that they would. I wonder, like, it's interesting because some queens they will go on All Stars right after their season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that she's talented enough that she could, but I hope not just because I'm not ready to like, you know, blow the wad. We do, you know what I mean? Because like then you know once they go on All Stars, you know you won't necessarily see them again.
Oh,
Well, and then they go on Drag versus the UK or like, no, never mind. There's so many franchises now for them to hop
girl.
onto.
And then they announced something during the finale about, I can't even remember exactly what it said, but and it wasn't the All Stars premiering next month. It was something else that they were like, "Shh, it's coming soon" or something. Do you remember that,
Oh, I
girl?
no, I don't.
And it's something
Um,
totally new. It's from what I gathered.
oh, well then I don't know. And then they brought back Untucked, the Vegas review, which I want to go see on Wow Pacific Plus.
Ooh,
Yeah, they have a lot going on. But
hands
anyways,
over fist.
yes. So Saphira, yeah, you know, I mean, whoops, didn't work
Yeah, poor
so
thing.
well. Wasn't the worst.
But here we go, Plain Jane and Lazy Susan. Rue had a kick off of that name. I don't think Rue stopped laughing. I think they had to cut to wait till Rue stopped laughing before they can continue, because that tickled Rue so mad. I got a little chuckle too, but Rue was just cracking all the way up
Yeah.
off of that name, Lazy Susan.
I did not like this because they're twins. It's supposed to be family resemblance. You're supposed to give a little bit of a difference.
Mhm.
I didn't like the dancer's makeup. Everybody was like he needed more lip and he really did. Um
Mm.
So this was not my favorite. I do not think it should have won. I thought it was good, but
Mm-hmm.
not win.
No.
No, I honestly, yeah, I would give it to Q probably, really, to be honest, because even though their look wasn't maybe as like femme as, or people were complaining it didn't really feel, it felt more club kid versus draggy.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
I still think that it was in the wheelhouse of Q's aesthetic though.
Let's see. I thought that, yeah, well, you know how my affection for Q is,
Yeah,
child.
no, I just
I
think this,
mean,
yeah. No, I just
that's
think
an
this was
easy sell.
superior. I think this was a superior I think this was just a superior execution. So,
Again, they're all so good. It's like it could have been any of these last four, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah.
They were all top notch, all top
I
notch,
think the reason Q didn't make it to top 3 is the struggle with dance and like performance.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Because they wanted all 3 of them to have a finale song, and Q I think would have been like,
Girl.
yeah.
Even though she could have done what Plain Jane did, because that wasn't much
No, it wasn't
choreography
good.
at
It
all.
wasn't good. It wasn't good.
It
Well, and
was
then
just
yeah, it wasn't.
sexy and,
Yeah.
Mariah Carey
If
like.
that, yeah, it was, yeah. There was some struggling-tas, yeah, but we'll get there.
All righty, now we are going to discuss the looks with the fans. They Let me tell you, I love me a good pleat. Look, houndstooth and the pleat, I am with it. And if they're combined, I'll be gagging because I want it. Just like that outfit Q came out with. I think that was episode 2, may have been episode 1. Oh my God. I gotta write her and tell her I need her to send my measurements because I need an outfit like that. Girl, that who that now, not the one Plasma had on, not with that vest, child. We gonna just dismiss that look. But I'm talking about that Q outfit with it was like a panty out, and
Yes,
the
I remember. I think it
big,
was
woo,
2 or
woo.
3. Yeah, I
See,
think it was
she
2.
had me at houndstooth. That's what it was.
Mhm.
Give me a good old houndstooth, and I am with you to the end. But yeah, they had to do the fan look, and it reminds me of pleats. I said, "Ooh, look at that!" But yeah, I think they all look cute, and we're gonna start off with my girl Q in a pretty orange. I mean, that was just too cute. I really like that look of hers. It looked kind of ballerina, you know, uh, like a ballerina type thing, but I thought it was okay. I would have liked a little more pizzazz with it, like she normally does, but I
Yeah,
still
I
thought.
was about to say for Q's overall presentation, this one was really kind of an off for me. I think it
Mhm.
was Bob, uh, is the one that said that he did not like uh her in orange, and I
Mhm.
agree. I think this color does nothing for Q. Yeah, this is, but not bad. I mean, like you still can't really knock most of Q's like construction or whatever. So like, um, but a sore thumb in her package.
And what's that on the head? I never got that. Was that those horns?
Yeah, she was always got some kind of woodland elfin creature element, Ren Fair girl element to it.
Did Don leave that
I know, right? And like, did you pick that up from her? Um,
on? Oh boy. But
yeah, I mean,
anyway,
I just not my favorite.
next we got Saphira Crystal giving us a little motherland action with
Mm-hmm.
the hair wheel do, and also the fans that came out of the dress, and again some motherland garb esque type of a feel to it. I thought it was nice. What do you think?
You know what it gives me? It gives me like this amazing choir that you know you're gonna see in Carnegie Hall, and they're doing like Native African music.
That would describe her because she's opera and
Right? But it's like a little bit like, like gowny. You know what I mean? Like choral. I think, some of the critiques have been some of the fit with this dress. And that's my only thing. Like Sapphira has had such big, bold, amazing out of the park runways. I mean, that flower, you just can't beat the drama. And she's really cool. I really enjoy the shapes that Sapphira gives on the runway. They're big and bold and all of that. But I will say that there were times where the actual fit of the garment she was wearing really kind of bothered me.
Yeah.
And
What? For the most part, I thought she looked. Most of her outfits really complimented her shape really well.
Yeah, I just didn't like, remember the reveal outfits? That blue and kind of purple. There were just some that like if we went back and looked at, I could tell you where I didn't like it. Like the crotch didn't fit that well, or like, like certain and I'm like everybody else. I was very annoyed by the tiny titty bib. I don't understand those boobies at all.
Oh yeah, that first
I'm really
first plate
bothered.
was a little off.
Those are so weird. Why did you look at that on your body and think that was an okay proportion? Give me a break. Nobody's boobies are that in the, tiny in the middle like that. No. Really bothered me. Not the first to do that. But so that's where I'm talking about. I mean, like I said, I think that when Sapphira hit hard, it was so magnificent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That was the thing about her. And even the times that she wasn't as magnificent, it still wasn't bad, versus other people. Because she's a complete, to me, Sapphira is the epitome of like, that's a drag queen, a performer, really, kind of more than just a drag queen, a performer.
Ever since I typed her name in my search, I've been getting a lot of different videos pop up on my timeline. I watched quite a few of them, and her performance is out of this world.
Yeah.
She's a great performer, dancer, singer, what do you call it? A lip syncer. She has it. It's just sometimes there's people better than you.
Yeah.
But I like her. I agree with everything you said.
To me, her and Nymphia were so very equally yoked, and in some ways, Sapphira is better. But then there are some things that I had to give to Nymphia that, certain level of execution, artistic style, certain, you know what I mean? So speaking of, this is an example. I mean, she made her own shit.
She can read. She's funny. She hit all those points along the way. One little flub.
Yeah. Well, the point of view is always so incredibly interesting to me on the runway. So interesting. There's a little bit of humor in her outfit, or a lot of humor. There's fashion. There's costume. She's a beautiful, beautiful queen. Like when she walks out, I'm always like, gosh, you're so beautiful. You know what I mean? Like she really is, she shines on the runway.
And she's a cool person. She just seems like, goodness. She seems like she can, she's liked by so many people.
Yeah.
And I think it shows because there's something to say about someone who has a great rapport with people and their whole persona is always talked about in a positive way. So
I don't mean to be shady, but this is, yes, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't mean to be shady, but like I look at her runway versus what Maya brought, and I just think to myself, man, the different walks of life that come to this show.
Yeah,
and
I
what they
think
bring.
Maya. I'm sorry, what?
And what they bring.
Yeah, I think Maya was out of her league coming at this point, and not just because of the failures of the designer that she trusted would give her her gowns or whatnot in a
Mm-hmm.
timely fashion. I don't think that messed her up. I just think she came to this too soon. I think she needs a little more drag performance and experience in under her belt before she attempted coming to this show. In my opinion, from watching others and because you can always tell the beginners from the not so beginner drag queens. I really do think that Maya was a strong beginner. Plus she needs to learn how to sew.
Yeah, she does. I don't know how long she's been doing drag in Miami. I thought it was a while. But I agree with you in the sense of like when you are auditioning for Drag Race, what is your game plan if you are accepted, right? Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I just,
You can't wing it on
yeah,
Drag Race. Sorry, you can't wing it.
yeah, right. Oh, yeah, yeah. I feel bad for her because, I can only imagine like with outfits just straight up not coming through. But, yeah,
That's really messed up. But I don't think
yeah.
that's what killed it for her. I think it was, like I
Hmm.
said, just her experience of being a drag queen wasn't it she didn't have enough experience. And she didn't
Yeah,
know how to sew.
no, no. But obviously, back
Girl.
to the runway, Nymphia does. And she did it, and it was really cool.
Yes. Look at this.
Attention to detail.
Look at this.
Hmm.
Just awesome. and
Yep.
and you really can't go wrong when you bring a culture vibe to your fit outs. I call them fit outs, not always
Yes.
outfits. And
Hmm.
because it's well, number one, personal to you, and two, it's so beautiful and educational and if you don't know, and it's just it just brings a different element to it that really heightens it up because it's just it's just so pretty to look at sometimes when people bring culture into something that they're wearing. In my
Hmm.
But yeah, Nymphia, you look good, girl. In yellow, out of yellow, and plain Jane, girl. Who she remind you of?
Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I just know I didn't really care for this. I oftentimes don't like. I didn't love all of Plain Jane's runways, and this is one where like I thought her butt was too big, like the bottom was too big. The proportion was weird to me. Um, yeah, I mean this one was just like whatever. I've done that with hers a couple of times.
Well, her name is Plain Jane.
Yeah.
I think I said this before too, where she relies a lot on the sexy aesthetic
Yeah.
to kind of coincide with the drag outfit. And really, I haven't seen too many really overt sexy drag queens. It's are there any like Plain Jane? I haven't really seen.
Jimbo. She's Jimbo. A lot of people talked about that. I thought
I
when
don't get that from Jimbo.
well, the burger finger performance for sure. I mean, for me, when I saw Plain Jane walk into the workroom, she looked amazing. And that was my favorite that she's looked the entire season. I
Mm,
feel like the proportions were so sick. I was like, God damn, if I were, I would pick that body if I could. And then
hello.
there have been times where I really just disliked how small her wig was or how many more bundles she needed. Um, and I've struggled with like just different elements of proportions of her drag or choices that just make
Mhm.
it not that great to me. And then there are times where she's really knocked it out of the park, and I've been like, okay. So I just don't feel like she's fully cooked yet, personally.
And I didn't really hear any judge, I don't recall hearing any judge this season comment on the always sexually, explicit innuendo that comes through every time she's on the runway.
I mean,
No
there's a
matter,
lot of. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like, because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Are there? And you did say Jimbo, but I don't get that from Jimbo. I get more of a quirky, whatever she's feel like wearing. I don't really get the overly sexual or va va voom bombshell every
I mean,
time I
there's
see
plenty of
Jimbo. But
queens. There's plenty of queens that are like selling sex first off. You know what I mean? Like there's Kimora Black. I mean, there's a lot of back
then
seasons.
I don't
So
know them. Then I need to
I know.
see. Yeah,
Yes.
that's probably what it is. I just
Yeah.
don't
You
know
need
them
to just
all.
get caught up. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's plenty of sluts. There's plenty. There's plenty. There's plenty.
Yeah.
And all of them. Well, that's kind of my problem. I wish that she had stayed a little bit more true to the spirit of that, which is what I felt like maybe was her Snatch Game character, even almost, like keep it like super slutty sexy or something, I don't know. But this one, I was like, whatever, meh,
Meh.
yeah.
So now we're going to go look at the book covers. They had their interviews prior to the final three. And this was the last four folks who we're looking at now. And they had to write a book on who they are and telling us a little bit about themselves. And one of the looks was my girl Q. They thought the name of the book could have been different because you really don't bite soup, so that was a little off. And the outfit that she wore, I believe T.S. Madison, shout out to T.S., I believe she said this outfit would have looked better on the cover versus that one. It was just some big frolicky thing. Not to say it wasn't cute, but it was just off as far as
This made her look so old and ugly. I don't even know what and then they did her dirty with the cover for sure. But like this is like your story. This is what you'd wear on the front. Like I get that you made it the night before, but this was the choice you made. Like
I agree. This outfit should have been on the cover of that book.
Well, I understand that she didn't necessarily feel like she could make a switch like that runway wise or whatever, but like it's ugly. I'm sorry. However you arrived to this conclusion, that's what it is. Unfortunately. Whatever the reasons were. It's ugly.
And I agree. Maybe take the sleeves off,
That's what Bob said. Yeah, I agree, probably. But it's just ugly. It's just ugly. It's a horrible color once again. Come on. You're not,
white people every bite. No, you don't.
White people know, yeah. And white people do know what colors look good on them. This is not one of them for you, Q. Yeah.
And next we got Safira Cristal. Slewfoot embracing all of me. That was very good for her to embrace that. That was funny.
It was a good thing anytime Rue finds something funny, even if you think it's stupid as fuck, lean into it. Like, because Rue, yeah. So I think it was smart, I think it was cute. Somebody was talking about they could have had like the braid like tangled up in the foot or something more. I don't know, or like the feet up in the air, whatever. It's fine. Like I thought it was good. Way better than Q's.
For sure. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. And then we got Nymphia Wind looking great. Breaking Wind. I thought that whole spiel of what she said about really showing who she is and not being concerned with with anything negative, about who
Mm-hmm.
she is getting in the way, and just really, being comfortable with herself, going through everything, all of the adversities and things. And that's with anything. I really, our mind does play tricks on us, but if we take it by the horns, and just persevere and just be us and do things decent and in order, you know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
think that we can go a long way as, as an individual who thinks the way Nymphia thinks, just in
They
general.
look at how much they did Cute Dirty though. Look at how much better this cover looks. Like even the words, the graphics, like they just said, "Cute, we're gonna give you something as ugly as this dress." No, she looks great. I think this is where, in many ways, she started to break free from the pack. You know what I mean? Like, no, there's Nymphia has a certain type of style that
Mhm.
is just superior, well, and has been the entire time.
And she is a mother to some baby drag queens out there in Taiwan, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's a small scene out there, so she's a pioneer.
I think that also plays a part where her leadership really, gauges her
Hmm.
success. Just like with Saphir Cristal, her leadership, really gauges her success and age. I don't, they say how old Nymphia Wind is?
I don't remember.
She
Probably young
seems
enough
older.
that I don't know. I'm probably young enough that I'll feel like inadequate with how far I've gotten in my life at this point.
I think I would say Nymphia is older just because she has that, she just seems older than definitely Plain and Q. In my opinion, age may play a factor in how well they are
I don't
as
I
leaders.
think she's younger. And we'll have to look it up later.
Yeah, we'll look it up later. And then we got Plain Jane, girl. I wish her boobies would have been
Oh
bigger.
yeah.
I think she
I
should have
I
bigger
wish a lot of,
breasts.
so I wished her hair too.
I was just gonna say that.
You
Hair,
know
boobs.
I don't like yeah. Nymphia is 28 by the way.
28.
Yeah.
Wow, she seems so mature. Much more
Um
mature than
I
28.
told you it was gonna be something that was gonna make us just be like, or make me be like. Anyway, um, I like the idea of like a comic or whatever, but like this, it didn't. I mean, it's okay. It wasn't as bad as Q's.
Poke you.
You know. But I also this is something I've seen Plain do more than once. She refuses to get deep and doesn't want to answer like emotional questions. She doesn't want to give you like the sob story. She doesn't want to give you the emotional scene. So she wants to just crack jokes. And
Hmm.
you can't do that on Drag Race. You have to give them some emotionality. You have to give them like some vulnerability, whether it's fake or not. You have to play that game. And I think that damaged her in this episode.
For sure, because it seemed real negative and real,
Yeah.
poor sportsmanship to drag people that you've had issues with. And I'm like, they're at home watching. I mean, it's bad enough that you dogged them out. I mean, because Plain Jane dogged Amanda out. I don't care what nobody said.
It's
I
true.
mean, Plain Jane never saw it for Amanda. And I just thought that she could have kept damn near all them comments to herself because they were just borderline mean, in my opinion. You didn't have to say stuff like that about that girl.
She was really a very interesting player. I got a hand to Plain for just being a bigger character on the show
Mm-hmm.
to give the whole thing, this whole season, some body, some storyline. Because
Mm-hmm.
I do think that she was doing it to be funny, but at the same time, it straight up like wasn't. at the level that that Amanda was getting it. And then there was something really kind of funny how the way that they edited to show Amanda's face after Plain performed. You know what I mean? Like,
Right in the finale. Yeah.
and yes, and Plain laughed during the viewing party. So like, I think that like she's in on the joke, but then I remember when Dawn was coming at her and she got really mad and like couldn't even read her, and it was like, but you love to crack jokes, but you can't read. So I don't know. She's very, very interesting to me. But this is why I never saw it for her winning. There's something still that isn't really fully developed, in my opinion, about Plain Jane's personality.
For sure.
She can't quite stand on business.
Now we got the grand finale of season 16, RuPaul's Drag Race. Y'all, if y'all didn't see this, go back and watch. It is so entertaining to watch them all. Now, during this, we didn't get every, nor are we going to comment on everything that happened per se. But what the one thing that I did like was the Miss Congeniality Award. Something about what's her name? Fox.
Baby Doll Malaysia.
Baby Doll Malaysia Fox.
Malaysia Baby Doll Fox. Malaysia Baby Doll. Yeah, whatever.
I've seen her in commercials over here and over there. She's making money, honey. I've seen her, I think, in a Chime, just these different, and it's not all drag related. I've seen her in all kind of stuff. So big ups to her. I love it when girls really, go out there and get it, and they're doing more than just staying in a box. And I think which drag race was on Ridiculousness? Was it Megami?
Jessica Wilde and I don't remember who else, but yeah, Jessica Wilde.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And also, I think on Villains Part 2, Candy Muse is going to be on there. Season 2 of Villains. Is it Villains? What's that one?
House of Villains. Yes.
Peppermint. One with Omarosa was on. And yeah, so, yes.
Peppermint was on Traitors.
There it is. I like Peppermint.
Yeah. Yeah, Peppermint's great.
Oh boy. But yes, y'all, grand finale. And up first, of course, the banana queen herself, Nymphia Wynne. This outfit was, to me, the best banana outfit I've seen her in all season. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yep. I thought that was really cute. Funny, but not overly obnoxious. It was very beautiful.
This is one of the reasons why she's that girl. Yep. This is one of the reasons why it boiled down to this. Because everything about this look looked rich.
Yeah.
The hair, the beauty, the every little moment. And I just love the sense of humor she has in her drag while still being so stunning.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then her performance where she had the tradition, I guess I want to say it was some type of traditional something about
probably her, Taiwanese. I would think so, just because it's very important to her at this point. Forgive my ignorance of not knowing exactly.
Yeah. And then her reveal is, of course, her dancing number that got her, the trophy or the scepter.
Well, I watched Maddie rant, so shout out to where credit is due. I actually think on this one, Sapphira did better. But then I think that runway-wise, final look, if that even counts, I thought Sapphira looked better. And then also, I genuinely think that Nymphia was better in the lip sync at the end.
I did too.
With the boba flying out and even the acrobatics that she did and all of it. I just think so. Then so they were really equally matched in kind of different ways. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they were.
So, ultimately, like I said, either one of them could have won because I think Saphira's was a little bit better. Although Nymphia's was great, I just thought Saphira's was better, performance wise. But Nymphia won the lip sync to me, and then it's like, well, which one do you pick? What other factors do you put into play? To have your winner, and here we are.
And then we're going to talk about Plain Jane.
And big panties.
I thought there's just her name really suits her because she can be very plain and still, get through. I just thought that it wasn't all that, even with her bodysuit performance. I didn't really get the lyrics all that well to hear the funny in it as they were talking about, but I liked how she changed into, again, sexy, overt, just really giving them something to watch and look at. And I think that was one of the issues that her and Amanda had. One of the reasons why I think she's a mean girl is because I don't think she thinks Amanda is cute.
Yeah.
And with that whole mean girl approach, and it just seemed like she just took offense to Amanda in such a way that was real harsh. And like you said, when Plain Jane was performing, Amanda had the most stank face, even though she looked good with the makeup and her outfit. Child, even her hair was looking on point. She had the most stank of face when she was playing with. I was cracking up like, oh my gosh, she don't see it for her at all.
No, I think she just felt very picked on,
Yeah.
I do think Amanda has a long way to go because she's been doing this for a short while, but she's also during this experience come out as trans. So I look forward to kind of seeing her journey.
Did?
She did. So I look forward to seeing her explore her feminine expression. And no tea, no shade, Amanda, but I look forward to seeing the glow up in your drag. It's a little purple cartoony for me right now. I want to see it shape up a little bit, but I think that it will.
Her and Maya.
Yeah.
I want to see them both excel because they both can dance. They both have it. They just need that more experience, and some more guidance, and they'll go far. They'll probably come back on later on in years or whatever. But now, are they eligible, or is every Ru girl eligible to perform at the at any drag, at any RuPaul drag live or whatever? Do you know?
No, I mean, there's Work the World, and like there's certain touring companies that are like partnered with RuPaul, and so like after you finish a season, most of them usually go do Work the World and they go on a world tour for a while. And I think that's where a lot of them really like learn how and have a glow up, because you get a much better budget for costumes and whatnot, and then you're doing your makeup. So I mean, you just elevate. A lot of them elevate. So it's Voss events, I think, or something like that. But yeah, so there are certain circuits that a lot of them do. And so, yeah. And then a lot of them obviously do different clubs all around and bars all around the US because their booking fee, goes up and all of that. So, yeah.
Yeah, because over at the City Winery in ATL, they are a couple of them are performing. Morphine and who's the other girl I just said? Shoot.
You said Shea Coulee.
Yeah, she has her own show.
Yeah.
But the two that are performing together is Morphine and another M. Dang. Anywho.
Megami?
I don't think so.
Not Maya.
No.
Well, oh, and it wasn't from this season, or it was?
I don't remember. I just remember.
Oh,
I said it earlier. I just don't remember. But yeah, y'all go
no.
on City Winery ATL and go look that up. Anywho, so we're gonna look at lastly Safira's look. I thought that was really bold.
Yeah,
I saw a little discrepancy with how her plate was configured with the rest of the garment. I can see it just didn't really
yeah,
was flush well with how the plate was with the rest of her garment where her underarms were. If that
yeah.
was fixed, if that would have been, done better, I think that this look would have went off better with the hits. But I really did appreciate that whole like queen of motif.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
I mean, it was an almost for me, and that, like it I agree with you 100%. The titty straps versus the what was exposed versus what wasn't, was a lot going on, and too distracting from the rest of the outfit. She came out looking and feeling very powerful, and it had the drama of some of her other costumes, but not the polish.
Mm-hmm.
This was not as polished as the flower look. I think if she had come out in that one for this
Mm,
finale versus this,
girl.
you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's kind of where I was like, "Ooh, I see your concept. I get what you were going for. I respect it, but like I don't love this."
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, but a few missteps there. We missed Wakanda.
And her whole performance, I mean, all of
Yeah.
season 16 was up rooting for her during
Yeah,
this
she
whole
won this to
performance.
me. Yeah, she just had that extra special something. She put the extra special sausalina on it. It was, yeah. I thought that she won this portion of the finale.
But I wasn't really into this outfit. It just seemed
Yeah.
eh,
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of like that's where
eh,
there's been a few downfalls, like, yeah.
eh. From the thigh up, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. But then again, I'm not an expert. I'm still getting into all this, but yeah, the whole
Mhm.
zhuzh of it all. But I would have liked to see something a little more exciting, like she did with that blue outfit. Like, dang, you queen of the damned. I mean, you looking good. But yeah, so we all know who won. Congrats to Nymphia Wind. Yay!
Yes. I mean, listen, congratulations to the first East Asian queen. It's, long
Yes.
overdue. I'm happy to see such beautiful excellence with, Asian representation. Um, and honestly, a front runner from the jump.
I mean, in my opinion, after the yellow, that bow tie
Yeah.
was, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
And not to say any of her cultural outfits, because of course those are always beautiful. But that bow tie, I mean, I
Yeah.
can see myself wearing that, like I said, with the outfits that Q had. Like, girl.
Yeah. And,
Woo!
shout out to Safira, an amazing general, like overall, if like on the Olympics, the person that can do like all the all around, you
For
know what
sure.
I mean? Um, like I said, I do think Nymphia had a little bit of superior like costume execution and
Uh-huh.
runway kind of taste level and all of that, but goddamn, Safira, you won our hearts
Sure
and
did.
our
Miss
admiration.
Reality. Her
Yeah.
and Tsunami
Yep.
Muse won.
Yes. Morphine won $50,000 for shaking those little widely
Yes.
spaced booty cheeks.
And Sasha Colby came out, says, "Hey y'all, don't forget I was here." You know,
Oh
she
my
came out.
goodness.
She had her moment and her performance, looking great as always.
Earring, booby covers. Now that is something.
Just always doing something, be over and beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what their 20th year, even though it's season 16. This is like I think their official. I heard somewhere where this is like 20 years of. Did you hear that somewhere?
I feel so uneducated. I think so. It's either this year or next year or something. But I mean, I thought that this was a good season of Drag Race. I appreciated it.
And if God willing and the creek don't rise, we're gonna be at DragCon July 19th, 20th, I think the 21st in LA. I think at the LA Convention Center. Little plug for them, even though that they didn't buy a spot, but I just want to give my love and support for all the drag queens. Also, they're performing constantly all over, but definitely in Las Vegas at the Flamingo. Big ups to all of the ladies and the queens and everybody who participated. Big ups to RuPaul, and also she is giving up her role as TV host moving forward. Is going to Michelle Visage, right?
For Australia?
Oh, just Australia, not anywhere else.
No.
Oh, well, I'm glad you corrected me because I sure thought it was.
Oh no, that would be an upset all over the nation. No, Michelle's doing Australia. Couldn't care
Okay.
less. I don't watch that. I don't watch that franchise.
Does it come on TV? Is the question? Because I haven't seen it.
I think it's on Wow Presents Plus. But yeah, no, just that one. RuPaul, no. I think they're gonna have to put I think they'll put Weekend at Bernie's. We might even have a season where RuPaul is not even alive anymore before they.
Well, any last final thoughts for season 16?
Thank you for the entertainment.
Ditto. And thank you for being my co-host with this. It's been a wild ride, and I can't wait to the next show we start to review. I believe May something is All Stars. Is that
Yep.
what
We'll buckle up for that.
And also that's something I heard that I don't remember what it was. Oh my God. Anyway, y'all, thanks again for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and please share it with the folks. And I almost forgot. Tell us where you be at, girl.
Thanks. You can check me out on Instagram at psychic_ELB. I'm Psychic E, aka Erin. Hit me up in the DMs if you want to get a reading. We just had an eclipse, some major things going on, and get some questions answered about your life.
Anywhere we can find you? Any other shows or anything?
Oh, you can also catch me on Alexandra Rogers' channel, at will, guest spotting there.
Yes, we are Biffas for life. If you know, you know. And again, thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. Let folks know what's going on over here, and we'll see you again with the next Drag Race review. Bye.
Bye.